Hi there, today on It Is a Keeper, I'm showing you how to make my signature apple pie moonshine. This cocktail is incredible. It is jam-packed with apple cinnamon flavor and really packs a punch. If you like this moonshine recipe, make sure you grab a copy of my ebook, How to Make Flavored Moonshine. In that ebook, I give you 16 flavored moonshine recipes plus 30 cocktail recipes that you can make with the moonshine. Now, I'm calling this moonshine, but we're not going to be in the mountains using a homemade still. Instead, we're using grain alcohol for the moonshine part, and it's strong, but oh so good. Now, once you make this recipe, you're going to want to have it on hand all of the time. So of course, you should enjoy this cocktail responsibly. Now let's get started. Okay, let's get started making this incredible apple pie moonshine. So we're going to start by adding a lot of apple flavor, and it starts with apple cider. So I'm just going to add an entire jug of apple cider. Now you want to make sure you have a nice big stock pot for this recipe because we're adding a lot of stuff in here. So to our apple cider, we are also going to add some apple juice. See, our pot is almost full here. If you need to, if you don't have a big enough pot, you can easily split this up between two smaller pots. Just do half and half. Half in one pot, half in the other. Oh, I can really smell this. This smells like being at the apple orchard. I just love it. Okay, so we need to sweeten this up. We are going to add some sugar to the recipe. Now it's quite a bit of sugar, but this makes quite a bit of moonshine. So we're just going to pour that all in there. A couple more quick ingredients. We're going to add that apple pie flavor to our moonshine. I have some ground cinnamon, and I have some ground nutmeg. That's gonna give it that apple pie essence. Okay, last thing we're gonna put in here, some cinnamon sticks. So I just have whole cinnamon sticks. We're gonna drop those right in. And that's it. We're gonna bring this to a boil. We're gonna let it simmer on the stove for about an hour for everything to come together and that cinnamon to be pulled out of the cinnamon sticks, and it's just gonna be wonderful. It's gonna get nice and thick and syrupy. Okay, so our apple pie moonshine has simmered, and you're gonna notice the cinnamon sticks are going to open up and there might be a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg on the top, and that's okay because as this moonshine sits, everything's gonna settle down. So we have one more thing to add to this, and that is our alcohol. Now you want to make sure that before you add your alcohol to this recipe that it is completely cooled, and that's for two reasons. First of all, we don't want our alcohol to evaporate off, and a hot liquid would cause that to happen. Second of all, grain alcohol is extremely flammable, so you don't want to use that anywhere near a flame or a stove or hot liquid. So just to protect yourself, cool it down completely before you add the alcohol. So like I mentioned, we are adding Everclear, and I like to use the 190 proof. This is the strong stuff. Now you may not be able to get that in your state. A lot of states don't carry it. And if that's the case and you can't find it, feel free to use a different or lower proof grain alcohol. You could even substitute vodka or some bottled moonshine. You just want to make sure you have 750 milliliters of it. But I'm using the full throttle 190 proof in this recipe. Okay, so let's add our Everclear to the recipe here. We're just going to pour the entire bottle in. Now, if you wanted to make this even better and you wanted to kick up that cinnamon flavor, you could add some cinnamon schnapps. That would really kick up that cinnamon flavor. Add that in addition to the Everclear, and I think that that would be really, really good. Okay, last thing to do is we are going to get this all into some mason jars so we can store it away in a cool, dark place for about 2 to 3 months, because right now it tastes like rocket fuel and you don't want to drink it right after you make it. It does need that time to mellow. Okay, so let's ladle this into some jars. Now, when I ladle it, I always like to make sure I get at least one cinnamon stick into each jar. So just carefully transfer that in there. And you're gonna wanna fill the jar completely up, not to the tippy top, like that tippy top, but right up to where that neck starts to show. All these cinnamon sticks want to jump into the ladle here, but I'm just putting about 2 of them in this jar. And as this moonshine sits, that'll pull even more flavor out of those cinnamon sticks, and the flavor is just incredible. A little bit more. So that's it. We'll take that funnel out. We will put the lid on, make sure it's nice and tight, and then we're going to store it in a cool, dark place. You don't want it to have any temperature fluctuations or exposed to sunlight. You just want it to hang out and get mellow and even more amazing. So I'm gonna fill up the rest of my mason jars and then we will give this a try. Okay, so I have some apple pie moonshine that I made previously. So we're not drinking the stuff that we made today, but you'll notice when you make it, there's some stuff that settles in the bottom. So you wanna give it a really good shake and just get everything mixed up. And you got the cinnamon sticks twirling around. I could just see the little bits of cinnamon in the jar. You guys, I can't wait to get into this. So we're gonna pop that open. And we will pour it into our glass. I'm gonna try to keep that cinnamon stick from going in there. So if you look, you can see the bits of cinnamon in the jar. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but oh, it's so good. And I just love how it tastes so cinnamony. Now I've had this so many times, I know it tastes good, but we're gonna give it a sip anyway. Oh, you guys, this is amazing. I'm telling you, if you make this for your friends and family, they are gonna want it again and again. So be prepared to share the recipe. I'd even make a double batch of this stuff. It's that good. So I hope you enjoy it, and remember to please enjoy this responsibly. It is super, super strong. Thanks for watching. You can get the full instructions in the video description below. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss a single thing. And check out the rest of my videos where you can find more of my favorite easy recipes and quick tips. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.